Alright guys, so we've just finished a tasting here at Rex's house. I've been given the privilege to actually be part of this whole tasting. Just a bit more information why I'm here. Guys, do you want to let me know about your event and why we're all here today?
Our first inaugural pop-up with Rex, aka Le Happy Chef, is on the 23rd of May. So
Excellent.
That's why we're doing the food tasting today.
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be at Maynila Place, which is
beautiful.
the nearest tube is
Westbourne
Park.
Yeah.
So, but it's not too far from Paddington Station. And stuff like
And I hear that the 8 o'clock sitting is actually fully booked now.
Yeah.
It's fully booked now.
So is there an opportunity for these guys who's watching it now to actually book, or is there a...
Yes, we've opened up a second sitting, an earlier sitting at 5 p.m.
Perfect.
So that is now ready to take in bookings.
Excellent. So just to give you guys a bit of background on who we have, so we have Charles and Ronnie from Maynila and Rex de Guzman, Le Happy Chef. So first of all, ladies, tell us about Maynila. What is Maynila?
Well, basically Maynila is it's a food hub, or
Perfect,
it's
yeah.
everything, you know. And our mission is really to elevate the Filipino food
Yeah.
into the general Britishness, you know, the general consciousness of the British public.
Yeah.
Because Filipino food has always been in the shadows
Yeah.
for, you know,
Agree,
so many years now. And the only way that people can actually know about Filipino food is
Yeah.
if they know somebody who's had it before, is Filipino,
Yeah.
and something like that, or if they've traveled to the Philippines itself.
Yeah.
But, you know, we always wondered why, you know, like if you're going out for dinner or if you're ordering for takeaway, you know, people would always think Chinese, Italian, Thai, Indian. Filipinos has never been in the mix, and you know, the Filipino food has never been in that sort of conversation. It doesn't even come up. So it's about time we actually do it.
Why do you think it's always been a struggle? Sorry, I'm just going out, just trying to think.
Yeah.
Why has it always been a struggle for Filipino food to make its mark in London? Just general feedback from you guys. What do you think? Ronnie, what do you think? Why?
I would say possibly because of two things.
Yeah.
One, there's a certain shyness of Filipinos
Yeah.
to showcase our food. It's like, oh, they might not like our food.
Yeah.
That thinking. And that is one.
Yeah.
And I think second, there is actually no one out there who is doing it.
Pioneering it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hence we came up with this concept.
Definitely. So who does what? I mean, it's a food hub. You guys putting the awareness out there. Who explain your participation in my
Well, it's, you know, I'm more of the admin side, stroke IT, stroke
The business
the
side.
operations side of it, you know,
Yeah.
handling all of that, you know, paperwork, you know, and all of that. And Ronnie does more of the creative side, so she deals with working with chefs and sort of giving the input in terms of the history of the food and what to put in it.
Because that's important, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
because Filipino food is very much based in history of the Filipino culture. It is within the fiber of the culture.
Yeah.
So to be able to understand the food is basically delving into the culture of the country. And because we have been, as a country, has been occupied and taken over by almost everyone around.
Definitely,
In recent memory, people will only correlate Philippines with the Spanish, 400 or 300 years in the convent and 50 years in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But well before the Spanish came, there was the Chinese, the Japanese, the Malays, and you know, those are all the influences. Plus, we also have our Muslim brothers.
Of course, in Mindanao. Yeah.
So all of this it's a melting pot. It's actually one of the genuine fusion foods.
Yeah.
It's what we would call probably 900 years in the making.
Fusion,
That is Filipino food.
So let's go on to Rex, Happy Chef. You know, how did you find your love for cooking? You know, I just tasted your food out there and it's out of this world. So where did it all come from?
I'll be honest, I've always wanted to become a chef.
Yeah.
I mean I love eating, like everyone does.
Of course, yeah.
That's
You're Filipino.
Yeah.
Filipino. So yeah, that kind of drove me to that direction of working with food.
Yeah.
I found a love for food. But I didn't even touch the whole Filipino food scene until
Amazing,
early last year.
Yeah.
The reason why, it was because for me, I needed to find a reason to be unique as a chef.
Yeah.
Because there's so many chefs, or in London, if we talk about London, there's so many chefs just doing European, classic French, all that stuff. I was like, I want something different. I gotta get myself out, and that's when I realized, why not I just look back to home and do my heritage, and that was finding Filipino food. So I guess I drew an inspiration to my mum's cooking, because
Where is she?
all Filipinos,
Forget mum in it.
all Filipinos' mums, they have the amazing Filipino cooking, and so
my mum's cooking is better than your mum's cooking, and vice versa to everyone else.
So I took inspiration from that to start learning and tasting traditional Filipino dishes, and trying to see what I could do with them. And with my aim was to popularize the cuisine within London and UK, and make it more accessible to the Western world.
Because that's what Brits are used to, isn't it? We have so many diverse foods, different diverse cultures. We're used to tasting different things, and why not introduce Filipino food, which has the most diverse kind of taste? As you said, we've got Spanish, Chinese.
That's really one of the driving forces of why we've actually then decided to really start Maynila now, because it's, especially London is such so many cultures, so many food out there you can try, I mean, there are some even cuisines here that I have had to look in a map, where is it?
Completely.
So that's why we felt like, well, why is Filipino food isn't on the map, on the culinary map of London? So it's about time that we.
I mean, it's cooked. It's kicked off in the US now.
Oh, completely.
All over the states in US, in LA, New York. It's kicking off there. So it's about to. We believe it's going to be the next big thing here. I mean, I know Mexican and Peruvian is now ongoing right now. It's the thing right now, and I believe Filipino food can be that next big thing.
So what can we expect from the event? What makes this different to the supper clubs? The other pop-ups that we had. What can we expect from it? So.
One, good food.
I
know. So, and I think it's that it's a different. Whilst it is, we're trying to bring Filipino food. It's really that approach of making it, it's
elevating
it into the next level. It's not just the typical. Here you go. Here's a massive dish, and you share it among us, which is very typical Filipino. But that's the home style cooking of Filipino. But we're trying to elevate it so that it can go further. Definitely. And but obviously we are, very 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 conscious of the fact that it is the flavors of the Filipino food that we're trying to bring into here, and then that's the thing that we want to introduce most to the people in the 23rd of May. So then, for people to start talking adobo. Like people say, what is adobo? Well, then you find out.
Exactly.
So.
For me, it's like it's that kind of introduction to Filipino food. We were just saying earlier, like if you want traditional, authentic Filipino food, then maybe you have a friend or someone who has a mum who does traditional Filipino cooking. But if you want something that's a bit quirky, new, and completely new with Filipino food, then come to this.
So how can we find out latest updates about you guys? Social media?
Well, yes. So with Maynila, we all have our website is maynila.co.uk. And you can follow us Maynila.
I'll write it down here.
Yeah. So and we're also on Facebook. And Twitter and Instagram, although it's blank right now, but now that we've had the tasting, there will be lots of pictures of food there.
Definitely.
So so that's where you can really find us.
Perfect. Great. Where can we find you?
So me, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and also on Facebook. So Twitter and Instagram is @LeHappyChef. Elaine's gonna put the
You see it typing over there,
and then you've got my website is www.lehappychef.co.uk. It's at the moment it needs a bit of a touch up, but it's if you want to find out more information about myself and my cooking, you can check out that there. And the Facebook page is Rex de Guzman, the Happy Chef.
Perfect.
So you can follow me there.
That's it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yay.